Okay, this is the main greenhouse. It's a bit dark at the moment. I've just put the shading on, and the sun's not quite out at the moment. So you can see we'll do a first glance. You walk in, and there's lots of things happening here. I do lots of hanging baskets and things hanging and hanging and hanging from the baskets. We'll go back in and explore that in a moment. So over here, we've got some of the things overwintering from the garden, which will go out soon. I can put my chair and table back there and sit down and admire the view. Lots of bulbophyllums growing here. These are things that were a part of an import from Thailand in October last year. Some more, they're brassavolas, which came from an import. All other sorts of things. That's pretty. That's in flower at the moment. Oh, here's an Elianthus that's in flower. They're pretty little things. And here's a Coleogyne in flower. Quite a pretty thing. So yeah, lots of these are all the ones that like brighter light that are growing up here. You know, Rhinantheras and Lalias, all that sort of stuff. Lower light here, some of these bulbophyllums which like that sprawl, so they grow in trays. And down here is more bulbophyllums and some Coleogynes. That's that corner. Now that corner gets a lot of sun because it comes in. You know, the sun comes in from over this way. A lot of things in the island is Coleogyne tomentosa, which is in spike again. It's a rare dendrochilum. This is all my stock plants of the dendrochilums here. And you can see I just hang things over top of it. So these are Brassavola perenniais here. That's Dendrobium jackensi here. These are all just, that's my Dendrochilum stenophyllum. But then there are other also little interesting things that are always hanging from it. And it's interesting to see. That's a dendrochilum species that's never flowered. And so the whole process is replicated as you go. It's a Flickingeria, and it looks quite pretty. There's the Dendrobium senilis, Bulbophyllum medusae, and Dendrobium mutabili. God even knows what that one is, and Carionum, I think that bulbophyllum is, and there's just loads of little things. Here's some Lockhartias up there. The Arides growing right up there at the top, and they get sprayed. More bulbophyllums here. They just go in. The red tickets mean stock plants, by the way. There's always interesting things. Here's some of the dendrochilums growing. That one there is the only plant in cultivation in Europe, and it's got 3 leaves left. It's making me rather nervous. That's an interesting one, a Panacea species. Yeah, there's some of them are quite pretty and very unusual. There's a dendrochilum in flower up there. In fact, there's probably about 700 or 800 flowers on that plant at the moment. Going through here, there's all our Coleogynes. That's an interesting one. That's Coleogyne longifolia. Porcella is just going over. Tenacerimensis from Malaysia. We've got Sanderiana about to flower. And this is all these things. That's a dendrochilum that just hangs there like that. You know, it's the back end of these. That's a maxillaria. More bulbophyllum medusae. Epidendrums growing here. These are all the lower light things. Terrestrials will go down here. And here we got all Pholidotas and Coleogynes. And other just bright stuff just going down there at the end, which is things like the Ancelias, Chelonestyles. And then we have the big dendrochilum collection. You know, it's on the floor at the moment because I'm doing stock take. But this is it. You know, so the common species here. This is my tray of stock plants. We've got some exceptionally rare species in it. Some being the only plants in cultivation in the world. Including this one actually. This is the only plant in cultivation in the world. It's not that exciting. That's Dendrochilum pumilum variety recurvum. This one's stunning. Is pretty. And I think that's probably one of the best flowerings of that I've ever had. It's the only plant in cultivation in the UK, that one. Lots of things going on with the dendrochilums there. Then we've got all the shells underneath here, the bulbophyllums, which are still growing. So they just sit there until they've grown. There's the hospital trays, just things that need to grow or looking a bit sick. And we got more brassavolas and cattleyas and stuff. There's dendrobiums all here. God knows some of them are around unidentified species. And bulbophyllums and maxillarias, trichopilias and areas. There are all sorts of things happening in here. But yeah, it's just always very interesting to see the sorts of species that you might find. I'm always looking out for unusual things. Thank you.